What's up, folks? Life with Brock here with another tutorial. This time I'm going to be making some chainmail, or I've made some chainmail, and I'm going to show you how I went about doing it. I'm going to wait till a few of you hop on. I know it's kind of late, and it is Memorial Day weekend, and some of you may not even be hopping on, but just in the event that you do, I will be showing you how I've made that chainmail for Captain America. Not as neat as some have, but I elected to do it this way. Let's see who's on board tonight. I see there was four of you. Now there's only two. Make sure. Let me see how the feed is looking. The Toy Thief, what's crack-a-lackin'? How's the feed look on your end? It looks like I'm checking it out here, and it looks like it's good to go. What's up, Matt? Are you guys in the West Coast as well? If not, you're almost past your bedtime, but I can't imagine that many of us will be working tomorrow. So far, so good. Well, tonight I've been working on a Captain America, as you can see there. Illinois, ooh, you're up late, bro. I've been working on this chainmail, and I feel like I've got a pretty decent result. I got the idea of the chainmail. I want to give a shout out to Super Tom Customs. He does it with Procreate putty. I ended up getting some Procreate putty that is not the too compound stuff that I've seen people use. So when I went to go use it's not functioning as I was expecting, and I think it's going to be a while before I ordered another batch, the actual accurate batch. So I was out with one of my daughters, and I don't know why in the world I had this idea, but see there? That's glitter. I think that's about 3 millimeter glitter, and that's what I have there. And I'm going to show you how I've gone about putting it on. I think ultimately Procreate will work better. It will just take you a lot longer, but it does work better because it will be more flexible. When you look at these, um, this is what it looks like in the event. Look at that glitter. I never thought I'd be buying glitter, but that's what I used. And they're not very flexible. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. There's not much of a give on this, where you have Procreate putty when you use the 60-40 mixture, then it still remains fairly flexible, and it will look a lot neater than this. But I thought I'd give it a go anyway. It's giving me the effect that I want. I'm going to do a few here so you can see how I applied it. This is the first time I've ever added chainmail to anything, and that's it. That's pretty much all I have. Let me start doing some of this. So again, I give all the credit to Super Tom Customs. He's on Instagram. He also has a YouTube channel. Go take a look. He's an advanced customizer. He does very good work. And all you'll need is your favorite super glue and a toothpick, and of course the right size glitter. Now when you go buy the glitter, I have bought two different sizes. Let me see if the light's catching these like it's supposed to. So I think this is like a 3 millimeter, and then these guys here are super tiny. I think ultimately it will be a little bit too tiny for the purposes here, because this would even take longer. But if you're working at 3 3/4, this would be the way to go. I don't even know what size these would be, 0.5 millimeters. I don't know, no idea. All right, let me see if I have any questions so far. What's up, Eli? The Toy Thief and Matt Sets. 11 of you in here. Anyways, those are the people that I've have said hello. All right, so I'm going to show you. Uh, I'm gonna put the chainmail around this part, and what you want to do is, you could do it. I tried it different ways, but just put yourself a little of glue you're going to work with. Not that much. One side of the toothpick you're going to use to pick up the glitter, and just give it a little dab on the tongue, and then you'll be able to pick that up. The other side is you're going to use this glue. You're just going to put the glue, and you can play around with it, whatever works best, how much glue you want to put on there. This stuff is not super quick drying glue. It's been my favorite glue to use so far, so I'm switching the other side, giving it a little dab. And of course, the first one that I try to pick up doesn't come up. Just flinging off. So this is a hexagon. The way that Tom does it, he gets a circle. So if you want, I think that's a much neater look, and ultimately I like his better, but I save myself quite a bit of time cutting, and all I'm doing here is just overlapping them. You can line it up how you want, and that's what I'm going to be doing here for quite a while. So we can chat. If you guys have any questions for me on some of the stuff I've worked on before, be glad to discuss it. I'm gonna have to put some over here so I don't have to keep on reaching over the camera. Glitter Captain, yeah, you should go take a look at my Instagram, and I'll put that up. It actually looks pretty sweet with that mirrored look, but there's no Captain America that appears that way, and I'm not going to be the first one to break the mold with glitter cap. But this glitter does do the job, and ultimately it gives it that chainmail look. See there? Now with this guy, what I had to do is this one was the retro cap that came in that retro package. The star was just painted on, and I used the epoxy sculpt to build up the star so that it wouldn't look weird with this stuff, because this stuff is raised. My Instagram is Life with Brock, the same thing as my YouTube channel. If you guys are working on customs, that's what I love seeing the pictures. I love seeing the ACBA stuff. I love seeing customs on Instagram. So please, if you guys have your own stuff, make sure you tag me on it. I'd love to see it. And again, this is the first time I'm doing this. I don't know how well that chainmail will hold up, but so far so good. It held up through the priming process. Raymond Grogan, what's going on? He says, have I looked up the 610 cable? No, that was that futuristic one. You know what? I think when you told me that initially, I did. And it's slipping my mind right now what it looks like. I can't remember. I'm an old man. Dead Grin Custom was crack-a-lackin'. Night Fam Animation says that cap chainmail looks really amazing. I want to see the finished product. Me too. Thanks, man. Go take a look. Again, I'm going to give Super Tom Customs as much credit as I can, because he's the guy that gave me the idea for how to go about making chainmail in the first place. I tried to circumvent how he did it, because I thought it would be easier. The only negative, there's a couple negatives by using this glitter stuff, is that it's not going to be as flexible. It does have some flexibility, but not very much. It's fairly stiff. But and then the second part of it is it doesn't come out in a circle. And if you look at Cap's armor, when he did it, he's got a video of him putting this stuff on. Am I on camera? All right. And see, I run into a problem right there, how this one's overlapping, that second one, and I'm trying to go in between, but it's raised a little bit. With the Procreate, no problem. There's really no problem. So what I did when I was putting the other chainmail in it kind of creates its own hinge, and then I just start jamming in between. Initially, when I first started putting this guy on, and another negative, it's very reflective when it's working on, and if I hold it at the wrong angle, it blasts my eyeballs with the light. So that's what you want to do. You want to overlap them, so it gives it that chainmail look. Yeah, I did build. Matt Stetson asked if I built up the star first, and I did. Most definitely. I think there's one of the caps, the old school looking caps, already has the star built up. I think it was the ultimate cap. There's been so many of them, but it's definitely the one based on the comics. I can't remember if I put glue there. Yeah, I did. So this is a very long process. So if I wasn't talking to you guys, I'd probably have some music on in here. But the music I like to listen to, I get a copyright music. I don't know if they let me listen to some Gloria Stefan in the background. Faded Unicorn, what's crack-a-lackin'? Yeah, Dead Green, I think, yeah, it is tedious, but I definitely like that texture look that it gives. I was afraid that this wasn't gonna take the primer. See how it just hops off because it lacks flexibility. And in between, I'm just dabbing the toothpick, the tip of the toothpick on my tongue, just so it gives me a little bit of a grip on these guys to pick them up. And you know, you can get into I've gone into a rhythm a few times. It's kind of hard to do it while I'm talking. See, oh, look at that. That's a string. It wasn't cut. The other thing that's again, I'd recommend the Procreate. I think maybe eventually, when I get the Procreate, it's being shipped from out of the country. So when I get that, I may give another one of these a go. Depends how the end result ends up looking. Because now I got a ton of glitter. I have enough glitter there to probably do 1,000 Captain Americas. That thing cost about $5. Yeah, I think Matt goes, just don't dab the glue side. Yeah, I've done that already. Too late, bro. Okay, so you saw the glue method there. That's how I saw him do it. Another way that you could do it is if you get yourself one of these glues that has the brush inside, you can just, especially since this glue takes a while to harden or to cure, I should say. You have some work time with it. And then just have at it. Just a little bit of an overlap, and ultimately, you know, at one point I was just going, and I didn't really care what side of the hexagon. Initially, I started so the two flat sides on the top and the bottom, but then that got a bit much. So I said, forget that, and I just started just adding them. I'm planning on using a metallic blue paint for the chainmail part. Not, I was initially gonna just keep this how it was, and then use a clear blue on it. But then I changed my mind because I didn't think that it was gonna the paint was gonna stick. So far so good. Let me see if I've got any questions from you guys. Make a Captain Glitter. Man, I thought about it. Oh, that's so funny you say that, Matt, because I was, how it is. You're painting and you're cleaning your brush, and I've my wife has made me coffee, and I've confused the water, the brush cleaning water for my coffee. That was not tasty. That's happened. I don't know if I did that on camera or not. I think I didn't do that on camera. I have cut myself or poked myself on camera. Those of you that are in here that haven't seen the toe articulation tutorial, I cut myself on video, poked the heck out of myself. No stitches were needed. All right, so that's looking all right. All right, let me see what I want to do. I'm gonna keep using the brush. All right, here's another one. Procreate. I, if you guys are gonna do this, go for it. Do the Procreate. Go watch Tom's video and do it. One of the benefits of that is that when you get to an area up here, like for example right here, one of these is not going to cover it, so I'm going to have to fudge it a little bit with what I'm using here, the glitter. With the Procreate, you can just slice it off with your X-Acto knife. I try to cut this with the X-Acto knife and it works, but you have to make sure that the glue has cured, because if not, you're just going to be upending your job here. You're going to be ungluing what you've worked so hard and tediously, another word, laboriously to maintain. You see how that one doesn't want to stay, but I needed to go farther down. Need the glue to cure. There, it doesn't feel like did I get any glue here? Hope you guys enjoy these videos, the tutorials, especially if you're a beginner, because I'll do a lot of stuff here that people are just afraid to do, but it's actually pretty simple, like adding this chainmail. If it wasn't for Tom's video, I would have been like, oh my gosh, what would I do? Sometimes, I just don't know how to think outside the box, and that's what customizing comes down to. Is sometimes you have to think outside the box. Like for me, this was going outside the box. So I'm happy about that. So I'm happy that beginners will come on here, and I'm not saying that you guys are beginners. I'm just saying that these videos are really intended for beginners, and to share ideas. A lot of people will say, "Oh, it's customizing is too difficult." Well, trust me when I say this: if I can do it, you can do it. I am the least artistic person I know. Never in my wildest dreams would I ever thought I would be doing anything of this nature. Let me see. Eli asks, "Are you going to use spray paints or no brush?" I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this guy. If I'm going to use my airbrush or not. I did get a new airbrush that I've been wanting to try, and yeah, I think I may airbrush this guy and see how that goes. I think I will be airbrushing this guy. Matt, no, I haven't used Kicker. Is that a brand name? Cody, what's crack-a-lacking? Glad to hear that, the toy thief. No, Cody, I haven't tried the bare metal foil. I haven't even purchased it, and because I have so many customs already planned, even started, that I won't need that stuff yet. Have you tried that bear? I want to see your customs. I think you should do a video when you use that stuff. You know what I have used that chrome. I forget what it's called. It comes in a pencil, and some of the guys that have done Transformer customs have used it to restore the old G1 robots. It comes in a pen. I used it. I used it on one of my G1 toys. I can't remember, and I did not have a good go at it, and it was because I didn't really know how it's supposed to function, and I couldn't find someone showing how they used it. I found some people saying how they used it, writing about how they used it, but I need to see the video. Let me see what you guys are saying here. We got 21 people up in here. Memorial Day weekend. Ponce, glad to have you on here. Thanks, Cody. It's funny, I've been doing this now. Gosh, I can't remember. Is it 2 years or 4 years? 2 or 4 years. I don't have that. I don't have that much of volume of customs. But before I start something, I definitely do my research. Again, as some of you guys that are jumping in late, go check out Super Tom's Customs, because he's the guy, and I'm going to keep on saying it. I'm going to advertise him as much as I can. He's the guy that I bought the Daredevil head from. The Daredevil that I'm working on. As soon as I'm done with this arm, I'm going to take a little break and maybe show you some of those. If you guys are still on here, I'll bring those customs that I'm working on out, and then maybe talk about some of the other customs that I have planned. Yeah, that just doesn't want to stay on there. Let me add some glue. I'll catch on the comments in a second, guys. My head is over my little tripod that I have my iPhone on, filming this. Making sure that it's on the screen. Yeah, so as you see here, it's getting to the edge, and I think it's going to be okay that these guys stick out a little bit over. But again, I see there's another issue right there. I'll have to go back and see if I can glue those bits down. You see how they're sticking out? Because they're just not flexible. The problem is if I mess with it right now, those things will flake off. All right, before I glue some more, let me run through the comments. Matt says it comes in a spray bottle. It allows your CA glue to cure almost instantly. Oh, that glue. So you put it on, Matt. So explain exactly how you work. You spray it, and then you would put, like, if I was going to do this, would I spray it on the arm and then just start sticking it on, or it activates when you spray it and then it locks the glue? Is that, I'm having communication problems and understanding. Gokson, how are you? Eli says, I heat and pop my first joint today. 2 day. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, that's what I had to do with this to pop it out. Oh yeah, Cody, you missed the front half of it. Let me show you. So that's primed. Hold on, let me put that arm down. But let me take this out. So that this chainmail is done. And as you can see, some of them are lifted, but you know what? That may give it a little bit of an action, like a visual, it'll make it look a little bit more dynamic. At least I think it will. Now, if you compare this look to how Tom did his is definitely more symmetrical, and I love symmetry. This is definitely not symmetrical. I initially tried to have the lines go, but I should have probably started on the backside, because I think I did better job on the backside initially, and then I just said forget it. I just started gluing them wherever they landed. Didn't do too hot of a job on sculpting that star, but yeah, I'm good with the how that's turning out. I'm happy with it. Oh, coño, se me cayó. Oh shoot. So let's see. It's taking abuse and ticking. So far so good. I'm trying to find a good place to grab this. And then of course I got this this head, this Captain America head that just looks sweet. I think it's the a Bowen head, and it's shrunken. I got this on the I believe it was Casting Cave that I got that. And this is the Senethal priming method. Some of you guys have asked me before, and it's just 3 different spray paints. Those are the spray paints that I use. I get this at AutoZone. It's a flexible finish. It's for dashboards. So I start with black, then move on to gray, and then white, and it's the angle. So obviously the first one I just cover in black, and then gray I spray. There's a whole methodology to it. I don't even know if I'm doing it right, as the method is called. So for example, when I hold this piece, when I was spraying, I sprayed from this direction. This is the top. So as you can see, there's a gradient moving from light to dark. I'm not sure if you guys picking that up on the camera. It's kind of hard with the lighting in here, but as you can see, it moves from light to dark going on here, and it's because when I spray painted, the first one, as I mentioned, I covered all in black, and then I sprayed at this angle. Sprayed it at this angle, like this, and then the other one I sprayed more like at this angle. So that's why you're getting the color variation. I'm gonna leave that off since it's not drying anymore. You can kind of see it in this one. This part's darker over here. So if the light was dead on him, this is where it would be lit up the most. And that's the same idea in the face. I guess you can probably see it in the face best. It's like brilliant white at the very top of the cranium, and all the recesses are darkened. So what that's helped me is when I go paint, I see that and I remember, okay, this is where the shadows need to go. These are where the highlights need to go. So I'll work from dark to light typically when I paint. And because of that, it will affect. So for example, when I spray the blue on this, when I spray the blue on this, it will be lighter. The same color blue will be lighter on this part than it will be on this darker part because of the way that the colors mix. That's the intended idea. I learned that from Action Figure Toronto. On he described his methodology, and I've been using that ever since, and it works for me. All right, let me continue on here. Oh, actually, let me run through the comments. I'm already at 30 minutes. As long as you guys are on here and asking questions, I'll keep this video going because I don't have to work tomorrow. Let me see, where did I leave off? Okay, so going back, Matt's talking about that paint. Let me see. He says for a project like this, you put the glitter on with the glue, then you spray the kicker and it cures your glue. Oh, understood. Understood. At Hobby Lobby, you know, I need to spend some more time in that store. I went to Joann's. That's where I got the glitter. Gokson's gonna make a kick-ass comic custom. That'd be cool. Eli Vader, that's what I was wondering. How much abuse can the glitter take? It's the glitter itself is very durable. It's like plastic. I tried to find out what this was made from, and I could not find anywhere. But it feels plastic. Let's take a look. Let's do this. Let's take one so you guys can see. Oh, I think I just broke my thing there. All right, let's see. Let's pick one that's in focus. So now here's my X-Acto knife. Pressing pretty hard on the X-Acto knife. You see it's actually cutting through. Oh, now I lost that one. Let's pick this one. So even the X-Acto, there you go. So I was able to cut it, but it took some force. So it's fairly thin. So it works perfect for this. Those of you that would work on a 3 3/4 scale, you'd want to go with the this is the smallest one I saw there. I was initially looking for sequence. That was my first thought, and then when I was check out the glitter, and the glitter actually works better because it doesn't have that, you know, the or the cutout for the string glitter part. Faded Unicorn, I don't have a video of my prime method. People have asked me to do it before. I apologize that I haven't done it. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about it when I was doing it outside because I wanted to get those pieces primed for before I went live. So, but I haven't done it. And I know I always say it's better to get visual, but seriously, it is just as simple as you spray, you use this black, and you spray this whole thing, and now you're doing it in spritz. This is probably something good to know. It's just like that. It's not because it would be too much paint. So you hold it about, I don't know, maybe 8-9 inches, just about right like that, and then you just start spraying it, and you just do it until it's covered, not thick. You don't want the paint to be thick, so you're just doing right here, and you just same thing, like that, and then you wait until it dries. That was another important thing, and then you move on to the white, and you repeat. But now the white, it's not at this angle, it's at this angle, It's called the Senethol priming method. It's spelled with an X. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly. However, for me, it's getting the desired results. I've never seen the video on it, so I don't know if that's exactly what the method is. I believe I'm right, but go to Action Figure Toronto's webpage, actionfiguretoronto.com, and he somewhere on there he describes the process, and he likes to write stuff down, and that's the best way he likes to communicate. And maybe you can figure it out and then tell me if I'm doing it right. All right, let me see. That was for Faded Unicorn. What's up, Silver for Golf? What I'm using to secure the glitter is Gorilla Glue. This has become my favorite glue to use for customizing. Nicolas Paredes, oh, hey, Argentina right now. What time is it in Argentina? Argentina, che boludo, che boludo. Thanks, I appreciate it. Very kind words. So Cody, I think I answered your question. Is the glitter a metal or whoa? It might be magnetic. I don't know about that. Master Bat, what's cracking lacking? All right, let me get back to gluing on this so I can finish. It's actually taking a lot less time than I expected. Let me get back to my toothpick. I'm going to use the brush. Robert, what's up, my man? Haven't talked to you in a good long time. Just working on Chainmail. Put some over here too. So if those of you that are hopping in late and you're interested in doing chainmail, I've chosen to use the glitter as the medium for the mail. Super Tom Customs uses Procreate, and it's not a super involved process, but he rolls out a thin layer or tube, a small thin tube, and then he waits until that cures. See, then you won't run into the problems that I'm running into with the glitter, because that one is malleable. This is not. And whoa, this is like a clear piece. You guys see that? Or is it just my eyes doing tricks on me? It's my eyes doing tricks on me. I haven't had anything to drink right now, guys. Well, anyway, getting back to what I was saying about Tom, he rolls it out, and what he does is he secures 2 toothpicks to a board, and he rolls out the putty this way, waits till he cures, and then he takes a very sharp X-Acto knife, and he starts making thin cuts, like thin, like this. Maybe not quite as thin as this, but just about. And his results are fantastic. He also did a Deathstroke that, oh my gosh, man, what an awesome custom. Guy's top notch. So you see what's happening here. Some of these guys, the glue hadn't cured, and then I hit it on the wrong. There you go. See, it just flicks off. But it takes quite a while to make all those cuts, right? So this was already pre-cut for me, which is one of the advantages this glitter has. They're all going to be the same size and shape. That's another advantage. Although his size and shape are pretty good. But the dude's pretty experienced in making customs. Dang it, I'm going to need some more glue on that. Thanks, Robert. Faded Unicorn says, I'll try that method. I've been looking for parts to make a desired logo and try the method for his skin and jeans. There, I think Storm Collectibles is coming out with a logo that looked actually pretty cool. So I'm almost done here with this arm, and then I'm gonna go pull out some customs, give my eyeballs a break. You guys have any customizing related questions or techniques that you want to discuss? I'm open for it right now. It's been a while since I've done a live tutorial session. In Argentina, I'm still waiting. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué es la hora en Argentina? Had a had a good buddy when my first year in college. I met this guy that was a foreign exchange student from Argentina. His name was Gaston, and man, I'm completely fluent in Spanish. I was born in Cuba myself, and we would have conversations, man, and all I understood from him was vasos vacios and maná. He was into Spanish rock, so we would talk about Spanish rock. He actually introduced me to those bands. Fantastic music. So Cody, I don't know if this is metallic or not. Yeah, for sure, Matt. I appreciate that. Send me that on IG. Apurva Kumar, how you doing? No, Apurva, I have never done that scale, the 3 3/4 scale. However, if you're going to use chainmail for that, now check it out. This is the size that I'm working on for the 6 inch, and it's working out fine. This is what you would want if you're going to use, but it would take you. Well, actually, it's a smaller scale, so look at that. That glitter would work perfect for that scale. Nicholas says it's 1 a.m. Yeah, you're probably young. You can handle the late nights. I was going to say, and it's Memorial Day, but Argentina doesn't celebrate Memorial Day. not that Memorial Day, anyway. How'd you come to learn to speak English, Nicholas? It just this thing doesn't want to stay on there. Come on, girl. Go to your home. So that's what I have to do sometimes. I jam it in between with this. Hey, what's up, Rashawn? Just working on scale mail for those of you that are hopping on. That's what it will look like when I'm done priming the figure. I want to show you this side because the star looks better on this guy. So that's after it's been, the glue's been set. I've primed the figure just to see what it would look like, and it's getting the exact effect that I want. So there you have it. So that arm is complete. Like, I'm gonna press it a little bit. I tried heating it. Oh, here's another thought. I tried heating it thinking that it was gonna be plastic, and then once I heated it, that I was gonna be able to squeeze it on. Nope, it did not. It was not affected by plastic. So I'm just squeezing this now to see if it can sit on the glue a little bit better. And as you can see, some of it leaves marks. Like right there, you can see some of the marks. However, when you prime, it don't matter. It does not affect it at all. Solar for Golf says, have you reworked a project you primed before? So, meaning I've primed the figure, and then I've come back, and then I say, oh, I forgot to do some, most likely some joint preparing the joints for painting. And yeah, I have some rub spots. So that's actually not a bad thing to do. Once you work on a figure, obviously you want to. I don't think I'm going to have to do it on this one right here, but you want to prepare the joints for joint rub. Obviously, I'm going to be painting this part white. It's going to be retain the same color, so I don't have to worry as much about this figure as opposed to, a figure like this, where I needed to make sure that all these joints, everything on the foot, and I'm still working on that. My sculpting sucks. But anyway, I'll want to actually, and this is going to be retaining the same color. I think the boots are. Is the classic Superman have red boots? I know he's got red trunks. I can't remember, but anyway, that's what you would want to do, and that's what I have done. I'll go and see, like for example, if I would have primed this figure already, I was just checking to see if that would rub. So I would want to sand. And now once I've completed it, then I'll prime it and then I'll test it with the prime, see if it takes off any of the prime parts. And then if I see that, then I'll work on that joint more and then I'll go back and I'll reprime that part and move on. I think that was the question. Silver for golf, I hope I answered that. Apurva says, wait, does USPS ship during Memorial Day? I ordered a World War Hulk. I don't know. Probably, I want to say no. I think they're shut down. Nicholas says, basically with music and video games, also here most schools and universities teach English. Well, your English, your writing English, it's pretty darn good. Yeah, red boots. Okay, so I'm gonna have to obviously concern myself with the rub spots here. So I'm looking at that joint, and I need to work on that joint. I haven't prepped that joint for paint yet. So that's what I would do. I would prep the joint, sand it down, and then prime it, and then test the joint for rub. So Nicholas says, so March 24th. Okay, so you guys already had that. Okay, so let me see. I guess I can. I mean, I have three more things to do. I won't be finishing all three of them on camera. It would take too long, and you guys will be bored to death. Action Figure Addict, welcome, welcome to the live feed. I'm thinking about going and checking out. You guys want to see some of the other customs I'm working on, or what do you guys want me to do? I'm definitely going to do this arm some more. Let me see if I need. See, there's a little spot missing here, so I'll go back and do that. See it and see it? Look at that. It's coming off, so I'm going to have to redo some of this. Let the glue cure for a bit. All right. Let's do some more of this then. I'm working on a Superman, a Bizarro custom, a Red Hood custom. I was going to use for the Red Hood, man, it's one of my favorite characters in DC. And I was going to use the Star-Lord, and I am going to use the Star-Lord buck, but I was going to keep the jacket, and then I can't see his emblem. I want to be able to see the Red Hood emblem, so I am going to give him a soft goods jacket. And hopefully it'll come out nice. I want to make it posable. Not like a Batman cape or anything, but just enough so I can see the logo. I need to see that logo. And with a lot of people have used that Star-Lord as a base body for Red Hood because it's pretty much the same outfit. The one with a shorter jacket. But I'm not good with it. So I've been thinking through it. I'm thinking, well, do I want to just give it like a vest and then keep the arms, the plastic, make it look, because it's already been sculpted to look like a jacket? Or do I need to do For crying out loud, doesn't want to go over here. Come on, girl. Get to where you're supposed to be. Coño. That didn't work. Hey, tag me on that custom. Which one was it that you were working on? Action Figure Addict? I don't know, Matt. Because maybe, I'll tell you what, I'll do it over here when I get to that, and I'll let you know. It may, but it's not. I mean, it's the glue seems to be working fine. I think it's dried off. It's drying off too quickly. And I'm not putting that much on. But I'll definitely give that a go. I got a little sand stick here that I can give it a try and see if that works. There you go. I'm trying to stagger it too in between, but some of them don't let me get in between. I should probably have some music on. There's two of them. That's a problem right there, the curvature, and it doesn't let me put it on because it doesn't have any flexibility. Is there any other medium that could be used other than glitter that could be found pre-cut at this size? Some of you guys that have worked through customs before, what are your thoughts? Or is Procreate the best way to go? I'll look up in a second. I just want to use this time where the glue's. I think my issue was the glue had dried up, and it wasn't so much the paint, because I did wash this figure. Always wash your figures when you do customs. And the reason I didn't prime the figure is because obviously the color gave me an idea of where I needed to put this chainmail. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing, Cody. I'm layering to do this. Yeah, man, I'm still gonna try it. And speaking of customizers, here's a customizer that thinks outside the box. Kairos One, Jesse, oye chico, what is up? We need to chat. Nail art. What are we talking about? Nail art, Brock. They sell good size for the scales. Oh, really? Please send me a link. If you send me a link, I'll go check it out, and I'll put the link on this video. So this is, since you just jumped on, that's what that looked like so far. And I'm wondering if the nail art more pliable, Kairos? Jesse Chavez. Jesse Chavez, co-creator of Open Box Mafia on the interwebs on Facebook. He also starred in in one of our funnier hunt videos that I did quite a couple months back. You guys should go check that out. And then I interviewed him later. Really good interview. Really good guest. It was definitely a fun collaboration. So nail art's my dog wants to get on the video. I think she wants to kill something outside right now. That's the smaller German Shepherd too. The big German Shepherd's just I'll let her do all the work. Well, shoot, my daughter didn't tell me about nail art, man. I guess she just wanted me to bedazzle this Captain America. So I am planning on a Deathstroke custom. So I'm going to check out that nail art stuff. It would make sense that would be more pliable because, hey, nails have a curve on them. So Kyra says he uses the nail art for the bottoms and spikes on customs. So I've seen you use the spikes. You did that on your Storm. Go check out his channel if you guys want to learn how to do a Storm. Even though she is coming out, I think, in one of these next waves, right? But his Storm was absolutely gorgeous. Really good job. Highly detailed figure. Jesse, the day that I sell off that Thanos is a day that I'm really hurting for money. Top dollar too, bro. I think that may be my favorite figure that I've done. That and the cable that I worked on was more of a kit bash and paint than anything, but I haven't even finished it. I haven't put the finishing details on. I think I'm going to do a showcase on that video. Everybody should have that cable. And it's not original to me. One of the Beltron boys made it for the brother. I think Adrian made it. Yeah, Adrian made it for Henry. They're both ACBA guys. Henry, I think, placed. I don't know if he's still in the ACBA contest. I think that might be a little bit too much chainmail. What I should have done is I should have gone all the way around the arm, and I intended to, but I was talking to you guys and I forgot. So I let that glue dry. But that side is pretty much done. I think I gave that one extra layer. No, here we go. Oh, we're good. Crap. $65. You put a 0 behind that, and I would consider it at that point. What's up, Robert? Roberto. $50. You're gonna talk me down. That's funny, Jesse. Yeah, that Thanos, I said it in the video when I put that out. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you can find that on my, just go to the custom playlist and you'll see the Thanos that I made. I think it's a pretty cool looking figure. But a beginner can make that. So my recommendation is if you're like Jesse, like you want something that looks like that, commission one of these guys that you know, they're hungry, and they still work fairly cheap for what they're doing, because just take a look at the amount of time it takes to do this, and this is not hard. It's just laborious. There's a couple guys that do pretty decent work, and they work fairly cheap. The amount of time it takes me to do customs, I can't justify selling them. Maybe if I was as good as like loose collector, I would consider selling my customs, but I would also sell it for what he's selling them for. If I could work fast enough. Otherwise, just go work overtime. I'm gonna look at the comments in a second. Oh yeah, Rico. There you go. Rico, he'll make it look, if not as good, maybe even better than what I did, and he'll do it in the fraction of the time. I haven't talked to him in forever. Rico Suave. Yeah, he was gonna. He makes mostly. He does Punisher customs. I haven't seen too many other of his other custom stuff, but his dials are very nice. Still got 22 people up in here. Unbelievable, because this is like watching, almost as bad as watching paint dry. Speaking of painters, Jesse's a painter. Nicolas, did you really? Oh, the Thanos brought you to this. Yeah, that my Thanos videos. One of them has, I think, last time I looked, had like 10,000 views, which is a lot for my channel. One of my videos is almost at 100,000 views, which is crazy. I did a 6-arm Spider-Man custom, and I don't know how in the world that thing went. I guess you can consider that viral for the niche, I should say. That is customizing toys. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it when it was like at 10,000. Now it's at almost 100,000. It may be at 100,000 already. I haven't looked at it in a while. But that Thanos, like Nicholas was saying, actually a lot of people, that's when I was off from work due to surgery, and I was able to actually give a lot of time to customs, and I was putting out, a lot of videos, more on the regular, and a lot of people started coming to the channel. This is a hobby, and it will always be a hobby for me. And I think it's cool that you guys think it's cool hanging out and chatting about nerd stuff right here. Speaking of nerd stuff, one of the figures that I've written, I really enjoy DC. I love DC Comics. I still read them, but their figures have been terrible over the years. They just really don't fare well when you compete against Marvel Legends. But this DC Essential lines is looking somewhat promising. What do you guys think about that DC Essentials line? Let me see what you guys are saying here on the do my nails. I am bedazzling Captain America. Is this an ad plug for? I forget what I was talking about. I like to give credit where credit is due. If I learned something from somebody else, I definitely want to give them the credit. My 3-headed Spidey. That's where. Fig Life Miami. Abel, ¿qué pasó? Man, you're a night owl. Yeah, Jesse, I didn't really care much for the icons. I think it was their scale. It was just tiny. That's what she said. Just too small for my liking. I think I've just gotten used to the 1/12 scale for those figures. This is why I really like, for example, the figure arts for Star Wars are nice, but I wish they were just a little bit bigger. And I just couldn't do it with the superhero stuff. But the Batman looks really good. The one thing that's off-putting, and somebody brought it up, I had posted it somewhere. I think it was on the Syndicate that I posted it, the photographs that I found on Instagram, that the ab crunch has a peg. The peg is showing. Now, if I look at these figures and they end up costing like 22 bucks or 20 bucks or whatever, close to Marvel Legends, and I like the sculpt, I'll repaint it and I'll cover that. But if they're like 30 bucks or 35, or I don't know how much they're going to be priced at, I'll be passing on those. The bath looks like poop. New Avenger 68 was crack-a-lackin'. Yeah, that reverse flash looks pretty good. I like the flash. I seen the flash. I didn't really care. They haven't really shown their Nightwing, but I'm gonna be doing a Nightwing custom, so I don't. I'm not gonna sweat that. And matter of fact, I'm working on a Nightwing custom also. How much are these essential lines gonna cost? You guys know? Yeah, Fig Life. I agree. That's Abel from Fig Life. He's the night owl. Did you just get off of work? And have you seen my uncle? How's my uncle doing? He was supposed to get me a Walgreens card. He was gonna put me under his name so I can get his percentage. And then he's ghosted me. I didn't send him a text wishing him a happy birthday. Se cabrón. No joke, man. Oh, really? You mean the new one? The new? I was wearing your shirt the other day. I I don't have a shirt. I just wear yours. Fig Life. I should have instead of Life with Brock. I did think about going Fig Life California or Fig Life Cali, but then I thought that you guys were gonna make me pay some restitution, or what would you call it? Residuals, or so easy to franchise that. You can have Fig Life Argentina. We have someone from Argentina up in this discussion. Okay, I'm gonna let the glue settle here. I'm gonna have to go look at that nail art that Kairos was saying. Again, the result though, I'm happy that how this ended up being. It's not as symmetrical as Super Tom Customs that and the way he did it with his Procreate, but I'm okay. Did you know nail? I guess I could have used nail art. They're saying nail art. Oh, Abby would have known, and I was with her. All right, guys. So I'm already at an hour and 10 minutes, and I'll give you if you have any questions, I'll answer them. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna cut this show because it's already an hour and 10 minutes. You can do Fig Life Cali, or I can. What do you just don't copy? Don't copy me. No, that was when I was thinking of the initial name change. It's life from for Brock for the rest of YouTube. As long as I'm doing YouTube, it's going to be life for Brock. Yeah, I didn't want to. I don't want to be a copycat. Back in the day, that was a really bad thing to do. Oh, did you guess it? You said two names, right? Robert, Roberto. You guessed. There was two that you guessed, and it was Aries. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm still doing a giveaway. I'm just waiting for my next collector spotlight. It's that I've been working on Saturdays. I've been working a lot of Saturdays, and I haven't been able to commit. And just frankly, those are a lot of work. I put a lot of prep work because I want them to do well. I want to really highlight the people. So I haven't organized any yet. There's several people already willing to do it. I need to make sure that my big boy life stays my big boy life, and my big boy life is comes first. This is just a hobby. So as long as I've said big boy like four times already. It's because I'm tired. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. And then so anyways, I am doing the giveaway. So when next time I do a collector spotlight, I will be doing a giveaway. I tell you what, Robert, if you're the one that wins it, I'll send you an extra comic book because you guessed that Aries. You get two comic books instead of one. It's gonna have to be a Saturday, Abel, and you work Saturdays. So Robert, if you end up winning it, you got to remind me. I'll send you the X-Men comic book, and then I'll send you something else. All right, fellas. You sent me a date? A Saturday? I'll go take a look at that. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.